Good evening. Welcome to Left, Right and Centre. I'm Vishnu Shom. On the programme tonight, it is truly an incredible day for Indian sport. India's women's hockey team have beaten the odds, they've beaten history and Australia to enter the semi-finals of the Olympics. India's men are through as well. This is truly a resurgence of our national sport. On the programme tonight, what this means to hockey in India and on India's prospects of winning the matches that lie ahead. Later on the programme, PV Sindhu is back in India after becoming the most successful Indian woman in the Olympics, winning her second consecutive Olympic medal. We spoke to her earlier on in the day. We'll bring you the excerpts of that interview. But first, India's Chakte girls and the remarkable win over Australia.
Indian women's hockey team entered history books, stunning three-time Olympic gold medalist Australia to reach the semi-finals for the first time ever. The person behind India's Chakte moment, Gurjeet Kaur, who converted India's lone penalty corner in the 22nd minute, raising her game when it mattered and fulfilling the dream of a billion Indians. One of the most stellar performances coming from Savita Punia. The goalkeeper led the Indian defence. She's being called the Great Wall of India. Punia saved 9 shots at the goal by Australians. The Prime Minister called it historic. Former men's team captain called it the biggest upset in history at this stage of the tournament. And a rather funny exchange between the real coach and the real coach. Sjoerd Mourinho, former Dutch player and current India coach, tweeting, "Sorry family, I coming again later." To which Shah Rukh Khan, who played the team coach in Chakde, India, saying, "No problem, just bring some gold on your way back for a billion family members."
हॉकी के हमारे दोनों ही टीम्स ने जो शानदार प्रदर्शन किया है उसके लिए बहुत-बहुत बधाई शुभकामनाएं.
Back home celebrations, for it's a day like no other. Most of the players coming from humble backgrounds and fighting all odds to reach where no other Indian women's hockey team has gone before.
ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਦਾ ਮਾਹੌਲ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ ਵੀ ਗੁਰਜੀਤ ਕੌਰ ਜਿੱਤ ਗਈ.
ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਜੀ?
ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਜੀ.
ਖੁਸ਼ੀਆਂ ਜੀ ਇੰਨੇ ਪਛੜੇ ਇਲਾਕੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਬੱਸ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਤੇ ਇਸ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਮੋਟਰਸਾਈਕਲ ਤੇ ਮੀਂਹ 'ਚ ਹਨੇਰੀ 'ਚ ਧੀ ਨੂੰ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਤੱਕ ਪਹੁੰਚਾਉਂਦੇ ਰਹੇ, ਖੇਡਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਭੇਜਦੇ ਰਹੇ.
Celebrations also at Captain Rani Rampal's house. The team's talismanic leader is a cart puller's daughter who began playing with a broken hockey stick as her family couldn't afford a new one. She told Humans of Bombay, an online platform, that her father used to earn 80 rupees a day.
अपना भी नाम रोशन किया और सारी इंडिया की नाम रोशन किया उसने. तो सबकी बेटियां ऐसे करें.
They are the giant killers who march on, undaunted, to take on Argentina in the semis on Wednesday. A win there will not only take them to the summit clash, but also ensure India an Olympic medal in women's hockey, something that's never happened before. An NDTV Bureau Report.
So we've got a really interesting final tonight. Look not just at women's hockey but men's as well. Remember, both teams in the semi-finals of the Olympics. Who would have thought that that would be the case? But here we are, and hopefully it's going to go much further. 2 wins away from gold. Preetam Devi Sewach, the former captain of the women's hockey team, she's an Arjuna Award winner. She joins us, as does Vidya Malvade, the actor of the in Chakte India, the film that we've all seen. We've also got another great champion in Baichung Bhutia, the former Indian footballer, captain of the Indian team. It's a great moment for all sportsmen and sportswomen in this country. Rajpal Singh, former captain of the Indian national hockey team, a real star, one of the most sterling performers in India's in Indian hockey, and we'll be joined shortly by Ashish Balal, the former Indian goalkeeper, with 275 international matches for India as well. But Vidya, let me come to you first. Who would have thought that the Chakte girls are now real, that they are just a couple of wins away from gold? It is truly amazing. What does it feel like for you?
I don't know. There's this euphoria that I just cannot control. I don't know why my phone has been ringing off the hook since morning, and I've been doing these interviews. I really haven't done anything except be a part of the film, which was revered and loved by everybody. And normally, real life inspires real life. Sort of that's where movies are made. Here, it's kind of been it's been slightly reversed, and incredibly so, because I think we took on Australia, and Australia beat the hell out of us in the preliminary matches in the film, and then in the end, the underdogs sort of win, and we take on Australia.
Exactly what's happened in the Olympics.
Exactly, that's exactly what's happened, which is why I think there's so much comparison. And but like I say, there can't be comparison, because we just played out what was written. This was it was scripted for us. We had chances, we had takes and retakes if we didn't do okay. But with these women, they are the real deal. They are the real pride of the nation, because they are the ones who made us so proud and put a smile on our faces that's just not diminishing. They've created history. They have done us so immensely proud, and I have been. It's such a euphoric moment. I think they've done brilliantly well at the defense.
Sure.
Like you mentioned, Savita. Oh my God, it was unreal. And also with Gurjeet, I think the whole team. I think Rani and her whole team have done us all incredibly proud.
Baichung, more than anything in your life, it was playing for the Tiranga, which I assume was the dominant thing. There was nothing greater than that. There'll be nothing greater than that. For a sportsman or a sportswoman in a situation like this, Olympic semi-finals, playing for India, playing for our Tiranga, what does it mean? You're on mute. Just unmute yourself. I think you're on mute, Baichung.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yes, I think it definitely means a lot, because Olympics happens every 4 years, and for any sports person playing Olympics, it is a big deal. And especially for hockey, I think they have struggled quite a bit in the last couple of years. But men's team going to the semi-finals, women for the first time, in fact, going to the semi-finals, beating Australia. I was watching them. In fact, the best match in this entire Olympics for women's hockey was, I think, India beating South Africa 4-3. That game was outstanding, more than Australia as well. But again, beating one of the top favorites in this tournament in the quarterfinals. I think it's a great achievement. And in this Olympics as well, I think we expected a lot of individual event to get us medal, but seeing a team event like hockey, men and women going to semi-finals is itself a great achievement. And I hope they can go on to finals. But whatever the result, I think for me, and I think for entire millions of fans across India, any sports lover, for them, I think it's already a big win and big achievement by both men and women hockey team.
Okay. Rajpal Singh, let's talk about women's hockey first. The fact that they beat Australia, how do you see their chances going ahead in this tournament towards the middle?
It's an extremely proud moment for us to qualify for the semi-final for both the team. I think, especially if I talk about the women team, after losing the 3 match in the row, and they come back very strongly and beat the Australia team in quarterfinal. I think this is so far this is the biggest achievement for women team in Olympics. And if I talk about the semi-final match, I think the Argentina is a much better team than Australia. We have to focus our strong points, and we have to minimize our mistakes in the semi-final.
And Rajpal, let's talk about the men's team. It's been incredible to be over here. We've had a very interesting performance, but a fairly defensive one in our last win against England. We had to soak up a lot of pressure. Even though we won 3-1, that scoreline doesn't show how much pressure we were under. But now we are playing Belgium. It's said to be a resurgent side. What do you see as the men's team's prospects in the semi-finals?
Yeah, semi-final definitely will be the tough match than the quarter-final. If I'm talk about the Belgium team, and especially statistics of the tournament so far, Belgium qualified with the 17 goals in their favor, and India qualified for the quarterfinal with the 2 goals only. I think we have to focus more on the goal scoring, mix and match with plenty corner and field goal. Because in quarter final we scored all the 3 goal field goal. But even we even not a single PC we got in the quarter final. And a Great Britain team got 12 plenty corner, and credit goes to our defense. We didn't even concede a single plenty corner.
Vidya, again, if we look at the women's team, and if you look at our captain Rani Rampal and her story, the daughter of somebody who's worked, her mother has worked as a household help. Her father has been somebody who's pulled carts. She didn't have a proper hockey stick. They had to fix a hockey stick, make her play with it. She was supposed to drink 500 ml of milk to play in to coach. She only got 200 from her parents. She mixed water and had it. Then she became captain of India, and now she's captain of India in the Olympic semi-finals. What an incredible story that is.
It is. It's heartwarming, and it's also heartbreaking at the same time as well. And but I think just the sheer grit and determination and the will and the power and the strength that these women have. You spoke about Rani, but it's the same story across board. I think it's in spite of all of this that they have come out winners, and they made our country proud, and that is what is remarkable. I think whether you talk about Australia or Belgium or the Netherlands or whatever else, sports there is a different space altogether, and sports India is another story altogether. So I do believe, though, that this is the beginning of something really special for sports in India, and hopefully the golden era has already begun, and hopefully we'll have a lot more of this coming from various sectors of all over the country, making the country proud.
This is also something that's truly remarkable, isn't it? The composition of our teams, both men's and women's. There are young Indian citizens, young Indians in that team from all walks of life. Some who've seen incredible hardship growing up, incredible poverty growing up. Some who've not had an opportunity to do very much else, but they picked up a hockey stick and they're playing for India. How remarkable is that as a unifier for us as a country?
Is that question for me?
Yes, Baichung.
No, I think I think sports itself has been sports in India itself has been stories like Rani. I think we've got great inspiring stories, and I think it's important that we need as a nation to be more sporting as a nation, because if you look right now as well in this moment, sports still right now is not being given so much priority by many of us Indians. So I think as a nation we need to be more sporty as a nation, and I think sports is one of the best medium to really unite people, unite different parts of the country together, and hockey has just done that for us. But I think as a nation, I think it's important that we've seen what's happening with Olympics. I think we've got 2 medals right now, both by women athlete PV Sindhu and Chanu, and one more I think we're going to get from Lavlina through boxing. But for a country like India, I think we deserve much more medals. We've had, I'm in board with governing body in Sports Authority of India, Government of India with Sports and Youth Affairs. And I think the government itself has done quite a lot of work. In fact, we had a great minister with Kiran Rijiju in the past years. Now we've got Anurag Basu. I'm sure he's going to do as what Kiran Rijiju is left. So as a nation as well, I think it's important that we encourage our kids, we encourage our young generation to play sports. And also at the end, sports is a state subject, and we need to make sure that states do encourage a lot of sports person and give them the right kind of support and the platforms for a lot of young athletes, because a lot of the young sports person in India still come from very humble background.
Okay, we've got a great guest joining us now, Ashish Ballal, former Indian goalkeeper. Ashish, thanks very much for being with us. The performance of our goalkeepers in both the men's and in the women's team, I mean, remarkable. They've both been, the great wall of India in their respective teams. How important have the performance of our goalkeepers been in taking us in this tournament to where we are?
I think both of them are real super rock stars. You know, they have come to the party, and look at Srijesh's graph. He's been spectacular over the last 4-5 years. Whatever the success of Indian hockey has been because of Srijesh under the bar. Stupendous performances, a match after match. He's a motivational figure in this team. The great wall, we call him, and he's lived to his stature, and he's coming up with some brilliant saves at crucial times, and that's what makes this team so special, that they are covering they're backing each other, and we have a great goalkeeper at the goal. While for Savita Punya in the women's team, she's improved leaps and bounds over the years, and look at the timing of the saves in both the quarterfinals. You know, when a goalkeeper makes a save at a crucial time, when we are leading 1-0, if he comes up with the save, or a 2-1 when the team is leading, it comes up with the save, or it's a 1-0 when he comes up with a super save in the last 5 minutes of the match, that makes the match so much more. That save is so the value of that save is so much more, and so many times, time and again, that Srijesh and Savita have come up with the spectacular performances, and great going.
To continue with that, Rajpal, final question to you. Strategy for the women in their next match against Argentina. Strategy for the men in their match against Belgium. What needs to remain? What needs to change?
I think for men, we have to go to for counter attack because Belgium are very good in ball possession, and we are very good in counter. And then we have to play a full match in our pace. And same for women. Argentina is very good in counter attack, and they are very fast team. And we have to slow down the match and maximum ball possession with us. I think this is the major strategy for both the teams.
Okay. We are also joined by Preetam Devi Siwach, the former captain of the Indian women's hockey team. Preetam, thank you very much for being with us. तो प्रीतम बताइए, अर्जेंटीना के खिलाफ अब क्या होगा? इंडिया के चकते गर्ल्स यहां तक पहुंच चुके हैं. अब आपको क्या लगता है, अर्जेंटीना के खिलाफ हम जीत सकते हैं?
यस सर, बिल्कुल जीत सकते हैं, क्योंकि हमारी टीम पूरी मोटिवेट है और पूरी कॉन्फिडेंस में है. जैसे आज ऑस्ट्रेलिया से खेलिए, ऐसे ही हम खेलेंगे. और आप ऐसा मत सोचिए कि अर्जेंटीना से हम हारने वाले नहीं हैं हम, क्योंकि हमारी
एकदम नहीं जीतने वाले हैं, इसमें कोई शक नहीं है. मैं सिर्फ ये जानना चाहता हूं कि स्ट्रैटेजी क्या होना चाहिए. काफी डिफिकल्ट टीम है अर्जेंटीना.
सर देखिए, अर्जेंटीना टीम से अब पीछे भी हम 2 महीने पहले टेस्ट सीरीज खेल के आए हैं, और उसमें जो हमारी लड़कियों का स्कोर था, हम 2-1 से एक मैच लूज किया था, एक हमने ड्रॉ खेला था, और आई थिंक एक और हमने शायद जीता था 1 गोल से. तो हम अर्जेंटीना टीम के बहुत नजदीक हैं. ऐसा नहीं है, जो आज भी कोच ने जो टीम की प्लानिंग की वो बहुत अच्छी की हुई थी. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि हमारी लड़कियों को अर्जेंटीना के साथ एक चीज का ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा, जितनी भी सर्कल एंट्री है उनमें जाके पीसी बनाने की कोशिश जरूर करें, जिससे हमें पेनल्टी कॉर्नर मिले और हम स्कोर कर सके. बाकी डिफेंस को थोड़ा और ध्यान देना पड़ेगा अपने. उनका भी पेनल्टी कॉर्नर काफी अच्छा है अर्जेंटीना को, और काफी मतलब टफ टीम है अर्जेंटीना की. वो इजी नहीं खेलती. ऑस्ट्रेलिया टीम फिर भी थोड़ा सा ऐसा है कि हमारी जैसी हॉकी खेलते हैं, उनके साथ खेल सकते हैं. तो लड़कियों को कहीं भी इजी नहीं होना, और जो कोच उनका जो प्लानिंग करेगा, जिस सिस्टम से खेलेगा, डिफेंस में थोड़ा ध्यान देना होगा गुरजीत को, और कॉन्फिडेंस देना होगा कि वो पीसी पे गोल कर सके. तो बाकी तो ऊपर वाले के हाथ में है. जैसे आज भी भगवान हमारे साथ था, लक था, और हमारी लड़कियां खेली भी अच्छा है, तो हमारा मेडल आ सकता है सर.
चकते इंडिया. विद्या, लास्ट वर्ड टू यू for your message for the women and the men. Go ahead.
You know, I actually was hoping that I wish I'd learned the speech that Coach Shah Rukh Khan sir or Kabir Khan sir gave it to us. But all I can say is, 70 minutes है तुम्हारे पास, जाओ और अपनी जिंदगी की सबसे बढ़िया हॉकी खेलो. Just give your best and leave the rest, because I think if each player plays their best on the field, that there's nothing that can stop us. We are already proud, and you've made us incredibly, it's an incredibly beautiful experience, that this euphoria that we've seen today. They've already done us proud, so let's just go and kill it.
Absolutely. We just have to go and win at any cost. It's going to be a great day tomorrow. I'd like to thank all of you very much for being with us, but we are not done on this program as yet. We've got another champion who joins us. PV Sindhu spoke to us earlier on in the day. The greatest Indian woman Olympian, back-to-back medals, a silver and a bronze in 2 consecutive Olympics. Here's what she said.
I'll have to ask you first thing first, what was your reaction after the final point? Was it a moment of relief? Was it a moment of exhilaration? What was the moment like?
Well, I had no words. I was just blank, and after like a couple of seconds, I actually shouted because I finally, I was like, yes, I did it. And of course, I thanked my coach. I went and hugged him because it is a dream come true for anyone to get a medal, at the Olympics. And well, we've finally done it together, and I'm very, very happy, and I was very happy.
Sindhu, we'll talk about the game a little more, but I'm distracted by your fancy nail paint. Will you talk us through that? Is it an Olympic special?
Yeah, it is. It is. I just thought, why not? Since I'm going for Olympics, I just thought, okay, let's get it done because, I was very excited. Finally Olympics is happening. And I was like, yes, the Olympic fever is on. So,
so that's a part
why
of
not get it?
Because it's the first time that I'm seeing you do something like that. It's a girly question, but I couldn't help but ask you that.
Well, I mean, I really like to, do my nails and stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, I am like a girly where, like I do stuff where, I do my nails or, something like that. I really like it. So,
Sindhu, coming back to the sport itself, how difficult was it to prepare for this game to, play against He Bingao after the match against Taizu? It wasn't even 24 hours. You didn't get a long enough recovery time.
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of emotions in this because, I don't know, I should have been happy because, I got another chance, or I had to be sad because I lost the match. So there were a lot of emotions put in together, but I think it was very important for me to be focused for the next one. I mean, it was really tough because, I almost had tears, my coach had tears and my physio. So, but still, they were motivating me and supporting me and telling it's okay, there's always, another chance and you can do it. So that's how they motivated me. And, my coach said, there's a lot of difference between a bronze and the 4th place. So I think that really hit me, and, a medal is a medal for the country and for yourself. And it's definitely a proud moment. So yeah, I think that was in my mind, and I just thought, yes, I need to give my best. Of course, I mean, there was pressure. There was, a lot of emotions also, but I just kept them aside and I just thought, yes, I need to do it, and I've done it.